Happy February. So this month, I'm asking you to try out in the movement challenge 10 or 15 minutes of stretching or yoga every single day. Now, you're like, when am I gonna do this? The type of stretching I want this to be is what's called static stretching. So static stretching is really great for after a workout or anytime you just want to be able to breathe life into your muscles, relax, replenish your body. Before workouts, you want to do what's called an active stretch or a dynamic stretch, where you're actually getting the blood flowing, and then the static stretching is the holding of stretches. So I really want you to try this out, and something that I've really come as a ritual to me that helps me sleep, helps me wind down, helps me make sure I'm not using like blue light devices at nighttime, is doing this at nighttime before bed. Instead of scrolling on social media or zoning out or maybe drinking or gossiping or whatever, like replace it with this and see how you might feel. So that's my little challenge. Or maybe do some yoga, and we'll be talking in the Facebook group some different yoga poses. But today in this video, I just wanted to show you and run you through some really quick stretches that you can do, ones that I love and I just really love to start with. So if you want to, just sit down on the floor, on the carpet, seated on a mat, whatever feels good. And normally you would be sitting like crisscross, right? Like this. But I want you to be really intentional with it. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your leg at straight lines. And so I want your hip and your knee in alignment and your foot out straight. And then the other one, I want it to go right over the top, same way. Now there's a lot of tightness in my hip right here, so you may not be able to get like this. Do your best. It may look like this. Do your best. So what I like to do first is I just like to start taking some breaths and rolling my neck. Throughout the day, I find that a lot of stress and tension is in my neck and my shoulders, and I know that's for a lot of you too. So roll it around a few times, and then I like to take a deep breath in and reaching your arms up and out. Just bringing in all that good energy again. On this last time, keeping them up. And then putting your arms and head and neck back. Just opening up your chest and opening up your heart. Then go ahead and put one arm down and the other arm on your head and slowly, gently pull your neck to the side, focusing on breathing into that area. And go ahead and tilt your head down a little bit or maybe back, wherever you're feeling the most tension, just to get a little relief there. Now each of these stretches, I'd recommend you holding for 30 seconds to a minute and doing them 2 times. I'm just gonna run you through one time. And release. Now go ahead and switch your legs. So other leg, I had started with my left leg on the ground, so now right leg on the ground, left leg on top. And do the best you can. Remember, keeping your knees in alignment with your hips. And then this arm goes down, hand goes up. Ooh, this side's a little tighter. You might notice one side is a little tighter than the other. That's okay, that's totally normal. It's just showing you where your body needs a little breath, where you need to really focus on letting go. Again, each of these stretches you'll want to do for about 30 seconds to a minute, whatever feels right to you, and then repeat it 2 times. But if you can only do it once, if you only have time for once, that's okay too. Once is totally fine. Now let's go ahead and roll over to all fours, and we'll do a little cat and camel. And so let's start out in the all fours position, and let's go ahead and look up and breathe in and out. Really arching and pulling your belly button in to your spine. Breathe out and in. Move with your breath now. Holding each posture just a little bit at the top and bottom. You can try wagging your tail. Really, that's just swiveling at the glutes. That always feels, or at the hips, the lower back. That always feels so good. Now go ahead and spread your knees just a little wider and have your toes touching. And then go ahead and just sit back down. Get into a little child's pose. Now here, you want to go ahead and push your hands forward, really feeling that stretch through the back of your arms and your lats, your back right here. Maybe even through your hips, just depending on how tight you are there. Really sink down as far as you can. Take a couple breaths here. Well, let's go ahead and come on up into downward facing dog. And at first what you want to do is, I like to say you want to put the pressure in your fingertips and in your palms, and you want to push your head through your arms, and you want to try and get your heels as close as you can. Let me move up a little. To the ground. And so let's go ahead and just walk your legs out a little bit. Remembering your breath. And then go ahead and when you're ready, go ahead and push your heels down as far as you can, and however far you get them is fine. And push down and through. Now you'll notice the stretch in the back of your calves and your hamstrings. Then let's go ahead and take your left leg and just kickstand your right leg. And let's really push back into that hip and glute. You should feel this all through the back side of your leg. Again, you want to hold these stretches for a little bit longer than I'm doing in this video, and whatever feels good. And maybe let's go ahead and switch legs. If some of the stretches don't feel that great to you, skip it and do a different stretch. Just remember your breath. Your breath is what brings you back to your body, really helps your body. Let's go ahead and lift your right leg up. So you're doing a three-legged dog like yoga. And then I want you to flip your hip open just slightly. Take a few breaths here. This is really good, opening your side body, opening that hip. And then let's go ahead and bring your leg through into a pigeon pose. And so the back leg is going to be straight down. So the top of your foot and your ankle is straight down. If you can, this front is going to be parallel with your mat, but if you can't, that's okay. The goal here is you want to get this glute closer to the ground. And so what I like to do is kind of scoot back with my back leg, and you can stay up here like this. I'd recommend it, at least at first, pushing the leg that's down on the ground, the hip down forward, and then this hip into the ground too. And play with it and see what feels right to you. And you can actually extend all the way down. Now we often hold a lot of stress and tension in our hips, and so this is such a great stretch, such a great stretch. Just remember to breathe. And then we'll go ahead and come back out and walk it out in a downward dog. Then go ahead and lift the left leg up and then open it up, and you'll notice one side is probably a little stiffer than the other. Mine sure is. But keep opening that side body and opening your hip. Ooh, I got a nice release in my lower back. Bring it through. Remember, the top of your foot and your knee is down. And what you're trying to do is this bent leg over here, trying to push that down. Just breathe into it. And come on up and walk it out again. Coming into a plank and down on your knees and just down on your back. Now, like I said, your hips is often where you hold a lot of stress. And so I'm gonna have you do another stretch that was just like the pigeon, except you're laying on your back. But first we're gonna stretch our hamstrings a little bit. So all I want you to do is put one leg straight on the floor, one leg up in the air, and if you need to bend your knee a little bit, that's okay. Otherwise, keep it as straight as you can, and just breathe into your hamstring stretch. And each time you breathe, when you release, you can pull your leg a little closer. Of course, there's a point where you have to stop. And we'll go ahead and switch. And back down. And then let's go ahead and put one leg over the other. And then what I want you to do is go ahead and put this leg out. I'm not explaining this well, but you can see what this looks like here. And so reach your arms through the hole and around your leg, grab the back of the leg that's not being stretched, and use that as leverage to pull the other leg closer. Now you should be feeling this a little bit in your hamstring and your glute and your hip of the leg that's bent over the other one. Then we'll go ahead and switch, crisscross the other way, reach through, and don't forget to breathe. I just got out of the shower. I find that taking showers and baths at nighttime, I used to love to do it in the morning. I thought I had to like wake up, because I'd always tell myself I wasn't a morning person, but at nighttime it's so refreshing. It's actually relaxing to me. It really helps me sleep, so I just did that. I'm kind of winding down for the day. Yes, it's light outside. Kind of tired today. Okay, go ahead and release that. And now let's get into like a frog kind of position. So what I'm gonna have you do is, to the side, I'm gonna have you put your legs out. And now I want you to put them out as far as you can, and I want your knee and hip to be in alignment right now, and then I want your ankle and knee to be in alignment right back here. And then what I want you to do is keep inching down little bit by little bit, and then I want you to go down into it and then kind of sit back in your hips. This is really stretching your inner thighs and your groin, and again, opening up your hips. And remember to breathe into it, and I like to try to go flat if you can. This one feels so good. Wow, my hair. What do you think? Oh, now be really careful coming out of this. Come out of it really, really slowly. Coming up onto your knees. Taking another deep breath in and out. And in. Opening through your chest and your heart. And that's it. This hair. Okay, so I hope that's helpful, and I hope you really try this out. So why stretching? Stretching is really gonna help you if you're doing any types of training, if you're doing running or weightlifting, it's gonna help you be better at those things. It's gonna help you with functional movements throughout the day, just lifting and pulling and carrying bags and everything that you do. You'll be a lot more comfortable in your body. Your movement will feel light and fluid. And like I said, at the end of the day, it is so relaxing and it can help you sleep. And hey, why not give up one of those things that you've been doing at nighttime forever for something like this? And you don't have to follow exactly what I showed you, but just do something that feels good to you and to your body. So that's it for the movement challenge for this month in February in the All In Collective. I'm super excited to bring you another movement challenge next month. Bye.